Assalamualaikum. Today I will explain Lab 71 until 74 for our REST-based Android application. In this lab, we build a complete system starting from login using REST API, then retrieve data, and finally perform full CRUD operation. For book using local XAMPP server as an Android Studio with retrofit. First, in Lab 71, I create AP util. This one, base URL, it point to our local XAMPP server. This one is a special IP used by Android emulator to access localhost, and then gets user service and get book service, return retrofit service instant. This class centralized AP configuration, so we don't repeat code everywhere. Next is user Java. In user Java, this class represents a user object returned from the server. Field match JSON response from the API. Retrofit automatically map JSON to Java object. We store this user in share preference after login. And for user service Java, this is a retrofit interface. Post login.php tell retrofit which API to call, and for and this line tell send data as a parameter, and call user login means the API return a user object, and then for API response, use for API response like add, delete, and update. And then for lab 71 is only for login activity. Here is a login activity Java. This class handle user login process using REST API and retrofit. This one, edit tags, edit username, edit password, and button login are input field for the user. And user service is the retrofit interface that communicate with the backend login API. First on create, this to load the login layout, and here is a shared preference. This check whether the user is already logged in or not. If yes, the app skip the login page and go straight to the main activities. And this one, binds the UI components, and AP utils get user service and create a retrofit service to call the login API. Next, when the user click the button, read username and password and validate. Then here is validation. This method ensure username is not empty and password is not empty. And this one, do login. Do login first, send the username and password to the REST API using retrofit, and then the server return a user object here. Next, after that, if the response success and content token, login is valid. And then it's saved to the shared preference, and it's go to the main. And if error, it will send an error message from the server. Next, after user successfully log in and bring user to the main, we have a button book list. And if after user click the button book list, we bring user to book list. So, for the book list in the lab 72, we implement the retrieve part of CRUD. The objective is to fetch a list of book from the server using REST API and display them. So, in the book Java, here this is a book class. This is a book class, represent one record from the book table in the database. Each field match a column in the database, and the JSON return the API retrofit automatically maps JSON into this object. And next is a book service. In this book service, this method define the endpoint to retrieve all books. Retrofit will send and a get request. Next is a book list activity Java. In the book list activity Java here, first, book service equal to AP utils, this one, load data from AP, and this one, the process in book list activity, I call get all book using retrofit. The request is synchronized using enqueue here. Enqueue. When the server responds successfully, I pass all the list book into the book adapter, which then display the data inside a recycle view. Here is my book adapter. So, book adapter bind each book object to the layout book list item. Each row show the title, author, and description of the book. Next, for lab 74, in focus, I create a update book create feature. In this part, we allow the user to edit an existing book and save the change back to the database using REST API. First, user long press a book in book list activity. The update option will appear in the contact menu. And then here, the coding, when update is selected, the book ID is sent to update book activity. So, in update book activity, first, we receive the book ID here. We receive book ID, then we call the API. To get the book details here. And then this part call get underscore book to PHP, receive the book data, fill all the edited fields so the user can edit them. And then after that, update book. This method is for data from the form is collected and validation is done. Then update book API is called and data sent to update underscore book to PHP. If successful, If successful, it will return to user. It will return user to the book list activity. And we also have a book detail activity. If the user long press at the books and will show option details, so it will bring user to book details. And book detail will display the all the book details. Next, I will run the application. So here, first user to need to log in. User. So click login. It will bring user to main page. In main page, we have a hello user and book list. User click book list. It will bring user to book list. So here we can see the list of the book. And if user long press on the book, we will show option detail, delete and update. So we try click detail and we'll bring user to detail page. So here we have the detail of the book, the author, ISBN, year, created at, and update at. So after that, we try to add book here. This is for add book, click add button, and we can add a new book. And pick a date and click add book. So it will display message book successfully added. We click OK and we'll bring user back to the list book here. So here the book that we added just now, and then if we long press here, we can see detail, delete and update. So for example, we want to update the book, we click update. So I want to change the year and the author name. So click update book. So book update successfully. So here the author name is changed. So if we long press and click detail back, the year also changed. So next I will demo delete. So long press here, click delete, book successfully delete, click OK. Then the book is no longer here. That's all for Lab 7. Thank you.